Hello, everyone. Starting just a bit early here. Oh, wow. Nice timing, bro. All right. Oh, uh-oh. He just Squirmy just clicked on a thing, and I thought he just closed out the hole. Oh, buddy, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful now. Well, welcome, one and all. Welcome indeed to this lovely Monday stream we got going here on this abysmally gloomy, cloudy day. Come here, buddy. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Don't be shy. Don't rub your head on the camera. Come here now. Come here. Let me see if I go on my phone, if he'll be upset if I'm getting distracted. See, he's like, no, you have to pay attention to me, not your phone. Come on. Come on, let me trick you. Yes. Oh, alrighty, there we go. Now he's up on his perch. Alright, you get 2 for 1 today, ladies and gents. 2 for the price of 1. The price is free. Free admission today. Yeah, I know. I know. No. Don't. Okay. Hey! Yo. Bro, you can't just be pulling on the cord like that. I didn't do that. Alright. Well, I started the stream just a minute and a half or so early, but it seems that was a good choice. So Mr. Squirmy here is seeming to impede a bit on our functions. That dirty rascal. Oh. Tell me what's going on today. Tell me what's up with you. Tell me all your struggles of today. What's on y'all's minds? Sometimes I feel like, it's hard for people to say what's on one's mind because we seem to have everything on our mind all the time, all at once, everywhere, it seems. There is simply too much to talk about, but we must talk. That is the only way to cure ourselves of our brain mush, is to mush it out. I hope the mush isn't too strong for y'all today. I hope it is a nice Monday brain mush. Today, the topic of discussion of import is that of an election that is tomorrow. Not my own, not... oh, actually, there's many elections tomorrow. I'm sure there's some in Michigan. Perhaps. There are some probably everywhere. But the one tomorrow that a lot of people's eyes are on, and my eyes are very closely on, is the 11th District of Ohio, Cleveland. And that is Nina Turner's campaign. Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day of the primary. The opponent is a one Chantel Brown, and this Miss Chantel Brown is quite the hack indeed. And I have some clips I pulled up. Actually, they're ads. They're short little 30-ish second ads. 2 of them were for Chantel Brown, the current incumbent corporatist that is currently holding the mantle. I'll show some ads from her. I was looking for, they've made them difficult to find now, probably for good reason, because they're not honest and, can be easily deciphered and written as, defamatory statements. I was trying to look up some ads that Chantel Brown had of Nina that were very, there was a slew of them last year in last year's election. It was a special election Marcia Fudge originally held the seat. Biden appointed her to something, secretary of, I don't know. Actually, it's a good thing to look up. What is, let's look it up. What did Marcia Fudge? What's she doing these days? Yeah, United States Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. So Marcia Fudge was appointed as the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Very important position. As everybody knows, these high-ass living costs that just continue to skyrocket, and our sanity continues to plummet as a society because none of it makes sense. And we're about to hit another recession, probably, unfortunately. And I was thinking about it the other day. Everything comes in threes, And while we've had certainly more than three financial crashes, the two big ones are, of course, 1929 and '08. And what people don't, even realize what has been, the plan was for no one to realize it. It's not anyone's fault. But nobody even understands that the crash that happened in 2008 was pretty much like an actual repeat of what happened in 1929. The difference is, in 29, we decided to learn a lesson from it. Or we tried to, at least. And in the depression that was caused and, exacerbated by the giant, not exacerbated, literally, the crash caused the Great Depression, this giant bubble. The Roaring Twenties was a bubble. It wasn't, we call it, the Roaring Twenties, blah, blah, blah. We don't, connect the two, really. We're like, oh, yeah, the Great Depression. Oh, and there's, both were, we got the Great Depression because we got the Roaring Twenties, because it was a giant credit boom. And the housing market is where it collapsed in 29. And we don't ever want to actually go back and look at that fact. And look at that, all the regulations we put in afterward in the New Deal era, like Glass-Steagall, and a bunch of other ones that just got stripped away during Reagan, during Clinton. And that is literally what allowed for the crash of 2008 to happen. Is because we just reverted ourselves back to a pre-New Deal state, ripe and ready for a new crash. And that's what happened in 2008. Except we are just pretending like it didn't happen. And we just bailed out the people responsible, and the people who bore the heaviest burden and loss from the crash were not bailed out. The people. And it seems we're about to be heading towards another one, because we didn't fix it, and we're continuing to not fix it. And so these things come in threes, and by these things I mean it's not nothing is a clear and cut rule. That's the whole point of all this. But the third strike is usually the last straw, because fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me. Fooled me 3 times. No one even gets to the third time, because there isn't really a third time. The third time is where things have to change. And they either change for the better because we will not plan for it and not care at all, and who knows what panic might ensue that already has been ensuing. And we just want to act like people's unrest is somehow unprovoked, is somehow not justified. Doesn't mean that any action you do upon someone else isn't justified legally, morally. It just means, if you hit a beehive, with a baseball bat, this is just an example of a thing you can do. This is not an equivocation of any situation, but just a thing. You can choose. Your choice is to, hit a beehive. Now, if you want to look at the morality of someone just being stung a bunch of times, you could do that. You're like, bro, that's aggressive. Okay. In a different context, this metaphor kind of works a little better. It's bad because I actually use it a little too often, probably. But like, you can't do something and not expect and be like shocked when something happens. Oh my God, look at all this political unrest and people in the streets and mass levels of suicides and hyper anxiety, like nothing we've seen before in our population. And how could this be happening? We have so much material stuff and we've created so much wealth. We're the wealthiest nation, except you don't feel that. The people of the nation, the actual nation, doesn't feel the wealth the GDP says, because all that is owned by a very small amount of people who see those benefits. And they're not even real benefits. They're created. They're made up. Like, they don't even believe in their principles. We just flood the money, flood printed money, tax money, give it all to... I saw a great meme the other day where it was like, it's the thing I don't think I've brought up even on this yet. I have not brought up once Elon Musk buying Twitter, which is crazy. I could have talked about it this last time. That's the whole thing to talk about, but... God, how have I derailed? Well, it's only 10 minutes in. We're fine. We're fine. It's good, actually. We're only 10 minutes in. I want to get to the Nina Turner stuff and the Chantel Brown stuff. But what was the tangent I was just going on? Sorry, this is that. Who do we got here? Anyone? No. The audio's turned off? How long ago is that? Is it working right now? Was it just for the beginning? Please tell me. Was it just for the beginning? It seems to be working. Again, I must apologize. The mush of what's going on in my brain is comparable to anyone else's, as I was saying earlier about that, I kind of wanted to finish my thought, but I forgot where I was going with it. Yeah, printing money, all of it going to the execs and corporate entities since 1971, since we've been printing that money. None of it's gone to you. None of it. In fact, we've given all of our money to them. It's been a one-way street, pretty much. The stimulus we got from Biden, the one stimulus, that's like the first tangible time, really, that there's been any of it given back. And it's the littlest paper trail of freedom. All right. So I want to show you guys why Chantel Brown, the person that Nina Turner is running against, I just want to show you guys who this person is and why it's so necessary right now that we have somebody like Nina Turner. And Nina Turner isn't like a lot of other people. There's been a lot of, up-and-coming people in the Democratic Party who are, like everybody, who champion themselves on real change and trying to do things and we're getting the jobs back and Nina Turner is unlike any of these people, elected and unelected. There's a lot of people under a lot of names, like the Justice Democrats and the and what's the other name? Oh yeah, they don't even call them a revolution now. They call them pragmatic progressives. So they've been taken over, and the people who founded Justice Democrats, Kyle Kalinske and Cenk Uygur, aren't even on it anymore, and it's gone so far. It's not what it was intended to be, but that's not to say any slight on any individual. It's a thing across the board. And if Nina Turner were to get elected, there's a lot of things riding on this, honestly, and I don't know, when you see Nina Turner speak, it's not the same. She's a little older than a lot of these young up and coming crats. But Nina Turner, I think she's in her mid 50s ish. She's a grandmother now. She likes to talk a lot about her grandchildren and how they inspire her. Which might sound corny, but she's an honest and truly believer in good spirit and in doing the right thing and in saying stuff that might get you hate from the establishment and might have people try to make a pariah out of you just because you want to do the right thing. So let's see what her opponent, Chantel Brown, is all about. Let's see. Oh, you ready for this? Watch this. Look at, I set it up. Bop. Oh, look at that. We got a whole reaction thing now. Just I can just go to it. I'm learning. I'm doing all the stuff, all the things. All right. Well, I don't know if it's working, but okay. So, pretty sure this is let me just check again a minute. Yes, it looks good. It looks how it's supposed to. Oh my goodness. All right. All right, let's see what you got, Chantel. Let's see what you got.
I'm Chantel Brown.
Let me turn it up a bit. Let me turn up my computer a little bit, just to make sure you guys can hear it.
I'm Chantel Brown. Like many of you, I did everything to make sure Joe Biden beat Donald Trump. And thank God we defeated him. I'm running for Congress to work with President Biden and deliver for Northeast Ohio. With better jobs, affordable health care, and stopping gun violence. Some just want to attack Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Frankly, I'm sick of it. I approve this message because we got rid of Trump. Now let's get things done.
Oh, I hate it, bro. Bro. Like, there's nothing there. There's zero substance. Can we watch? Okay. Let's watch the next one, and then I just have to. This is another 30-second one. This one. Okay.
Democrat Chantel Brown. You might not know her, but you know her work. On county council, Chantel brought good jobs to Northeast Ohio, helped small businesses, and expanded pre-K.
In Congress, I'll bring people together and work with Joe Biden to stop gun violence and provide economic relief for families. That's different than Nina Turner.
You've been highly critical of President-elect Joe Biden.
I'm Chantel Brown. I'll work with Joe Biden. And I approve this message.
Oh my God. That's the best you got. That's the best you got? Look at something. This is a safe one. I was trying to find some ads that were like really dirty, but I can't find them where they're just making up stuff about her. But this is actually the honest ad that they have is that.
And family. Turner.
That's different from Nina Turner. Nina Turner is critical of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That's why you shouldn't vote for Nina Turner. Is because she's critical of Joe Biden. How dare you? You vote for me? I'm just gonna, me, Chantel Brown, I'm just gonna do whatever Biden says and just get along. Don't you want to get along? God, come on, Nina Turner.
Nina Turner.
You've been highly critical of President-elect Joe Biden.
I'm Chantel Brown. I'll work with Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Oh. She approves the message. She approves the message. Oh my God. Let's read some of these comments actually. Let's watch this other one again here, just to.
I'm Chantel Brown. Like many of you, I did everything to make sure Joe Biden beat Donald Trump.
Thank you for that, bro. That's all we care about is beating Trump. That's it. That's the only thing that ever matters, ever, is just beating the orange man. Good for you, man. God, I can't believe it's my hero, Chantel Brown.
I'm running for Congress to work with President Biden and deliver for Northeast Ohio. With better jobs, affordable health care,
Affordable
and
healthcare.
stopping gun violence. Some just want to attack Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Frankly, I'm sick of it. I approve this message because we got rid of Trump. Now let's get things done.
Dude, like, that is actually too cringy. I can't even, like, like, my brain breaks. Oh my god. Let's read some comments. First comment: I support Nina Turner 100%. Don't let Chantel Brown win. And someone said, congrats on winning. They got 1 like. Pee-wee Dinosaur: I will do everything I can to ensure we get a worse Trump in 2024 by doing nothing. I'll give that one a like. That's pretty good. I will do everything I can to ensure a worse Trump in 2024 by doing nothing. Hey Chantel, big fan. How do you feel about the fact that you illegally awarded your boyfriend millions of dollars in public works contracts? Oof, just calling straight up on the corruption there. Affordable healthcare, yay. When you're underinsured, paying an arm and a leg in deductibles and your copays make any treatments unreachable, at least you'll have affordable healthcare. Nina Turner for Congress. Hello, somebody. Thank you. When Big Pharma, Big Oil, Nike, Apple, and Walmart invest heavily in Chantel Brown's campaign, it's not hard to figure out how who's. There's a bit of a typo here. Alex Ross, you typo, man. It's not hard to figure out whose interests she's going to serve if she gets elected. The people of District 11 need someone who's not afraid to fight for them. Nina Turner is that person. This is on her own ad. The policy promises she cites affordable health care and attract jobs is a classic politician trick. Notice how that is just a term and not a specific policy. In other words, she can support any healthcare jobs related to policy and call it affordable healthcare and attracting jobs. She is not bound to any policy whatsoever and will just do whatever her corporate owners will tell her to. Let's read the comments on the next one. Another Alex Ross. Alex Ross at it again. That's amazing. I'm going to be a partner, not a puppet, Turner said of a future relationship with Biden administration. Beautifully expressed. Nina Turner is exactly what we need. I'm going to be a partner, not a puppet. That's right. I'd prefer a critique to improve on policies over someone who would roll over and accept whatever. That was the problem with Trump. It's Nina or nobody. Brown will put a yeah vote for anything and call it helping a lot of work. Really, that's all you got? All right, a valid challenge, but the opponent is too OP. Yeah, I'll give that a like. That's Nina Turner is OD, bro. OP. Chantel Brown. Yeah, dude, I was thinking that too. That's what I was thinking about. Chantel Brown. You might not know her. That's your first thing you say. Is you might not know her. It's great. Great way to sell it. Kind of a bad sign of the first 5 seconds, no? I'll give that a like too. All right. Now that we have watched Miss Chantel Brown's outings here, let's watch a Nina Turner ad. And, you know, let's just watch. Let's you know, play it fair, right? Wait, did I change it yet? I don't know if I. Yeah, I didn't change it. Silly me. Silly me. There we go.
I am a daughter of Cleveland. I was raised in this community by parents who worked very hard. My mother was a nurse's aide, my father a truck driver. I can relate to people who live in the 11th Congressional District from all walks of life. I am you. As a Cleveland City Councilwoman, I worked to secure housing for seniors. As an Ohio State Senator, I stood with working families and labor to maintain collective bargaining rights. I led the effort to create the Ohio Task Force on Community and Police Relations. I know that the struggle is real. I want to serve as your next Congresswoman because I believe that everyone deserves a good job, health care, and our children deserve to be educated from pre-K to college. I will go to Congress to help our community recover from the coronavirus, including helping small businesses and those who have been hardest hit. We are going to do great things together. Let's get to work. I am Nina Turner, and I'm running for Congress.
All right, now, it's not like the, most mind-blowing ad I think anyone's ever seen, right? But there is substance there. Like, man, God forbid somebody actually tries. God forbid somebody tries, you just stuff the other corporate shill, nobody person. Just stuff them with endless amounts of PAC money from Republican and Democratic establishment ends, because that's the real ticket there. Like, I want to, oh wait, comments are turned off. Okay, that's actually no. That's a little fucked actually. Come on. I don't know if that was Nina's decision or her campaign team, but come on, you can't be turning comments off. What the? No, come on now. I didn't even realize that. See, if you turn comments on, most of them would be in support of you, probably. I mean, of course you'll have haters, because that's what happens. You get haters. But you can't just... Well, since comments are turned off, let's just comment about it ourselves, shall we? Because it deserves it. That video deserves more comments than any of Chantel Brown's. You see how scared they are of somebody like Nina? And they're not scared because she actually wants to do anything horrible. She doesn't want to outsource her jobs. She doesn't want to... she doesn't want to, decouple our financial, stability and just churn all profits to the business community. The not small business community, I might add. She actually just wants to help. And she was very close to winning her primary last year. I was so looking forward to that, because if we got Nina Turner in Congress, man, things might actually turn around. She's somebody who does not care about being, looked upon fondly by Democratic leadership. She's been a fighter in this her whole life. And even she has more experience than Chantel Brown, even if you want to put it on that front. Experience. She does have more experience. But, oh, a lot of people are more sometimes even afraid of people's experience, because that means, oh, you've been in the system, you've been in Washington, people are looking for outsiders. Chantel Brown is now not an outsider. Nina Turner is one of the biggest outsiders we would ever have in Congress if she were to be elected. And, I say that with trepidation, because been brought along before for some things, and we've all looked forward to some people, and then some of those people have not delivered. Bernie really is the only person who I hold in any consistent moral ground. But that doesn't mean I don't see the other people, even the people on the corporate side, sometimes they actually believe in what they're doing, even if they're doing it the complete wrong way. It doesn't mean they don't believe that they're right in what they're doing, and they actually are trying. There's very few people who know exactly like what their oh God. Tomorrow's the day, man. If she loses this again, then it's kind of if she loses this, you know, I'm not going to be on the side of people, you know, saying, hey, I told you so. Because that's what a lot of people want to be doing. Because a lot of people don't even want to engage in the Democratic or the Republican, you know, sides of this, because while they're, you know, the closest to power and becoming elected, they're massively corrupt. And this is how it is. They won't, like, the Democrats won't even let people who aren't corrupt in. You know, it's so against what they want, really, to do that. And I guess I shouldn't say that blankly, because it might imply that I think all Democrats are corrupt, and that's just not a true statement. But the Democratic apparatus does not want people coming in with anti-corruption ideas and pro-people ideas, pro-regular people, not elites. That's what Chantel Brown is there for. And Chantel Brown has proved that in the last, you know, year or so of her being elected in that special election. And Biden has proved it. You know, what has this working with Biden gotten everybody? You know the answer to that. Squat, jiggity squat. So hopefully things will look good tomorrow. And Nina will be the nominee for Ohio's 11th district. However, even that being, you know, I hope for that to be the case. If it's not, though, you know what they could just do? You know what Chantel Brown might do, which she probably won't. But Chantel Brown might launch a write-in campaign if she loses the Democratic primary. Now, that might sound out of left field. She probably won't. But somebody did last year, in another election last year, that kind of had an inverse effect of the same outcome as this race that happened last year. Another race that I was very eagerly looking at, as were many people, was that of a girl named India Walton. India Walton was running for the mayor of Buffalo, New York. Now, India Walton is somebody who's openly for, you know, Medicare for all. Openly for, you know, education for all. Like, man, every other country, don't we want ourselves to be educated? Don't we think our own education is something we should invest in, like as a country? It's so crazy. Like, all these other countries in Europe and everywhere else, they're smarter than us. The populace, they allow themselves to be smarter than us by allowing anyone to just get an education. We are making ourselves dumber. We are choosing to keep ourselves uneducated and poor. You know? Somebody like India Walton, who is not for those status quos, ran to be the mayor of Buffalo, and India won the primary in a surprising upset. And Buffalo, you know, is a Democratic city in a Democratic town of New York, you know, so winning the primary is pretty much like winning the election. It's most of the time looked at. That might not be the case for Ohio's 11th district, because now Ohio it was a swing state. Now it's more really a red state, kind of not as much of a swing state as it used to be. But it's Cleveland, you know, and it's Nina Turner. So even though it's not, you know, automatically guaranteed at the general election winning the primary, it's still actually, you know, like Chantel Brown actually might win this. If Chantel Brown wins this primary, she's probably losing the general, is the thing. The Trump person or the Republican person is probably going to beat Chantel Brown if she's elected. The only way Democrats might have a shot at this seat is if Nina Turner's elected. But that's the thing, is they don't even care. The actual Democratic establishment doesn't care whether or not it's Chantel Brown or whether or not it's some Republican hack as well, because the result is the same for them. You see. But Nina Turner, the result is not the same. Not the same for the Democratic establishment or the Republican establishment, because really they're the same establishment, just slightly different flavors. It's like comparing no, I'm going to stop with the ice cream metaphors. I was going to say something about ice cream, and that didn't. Nope. You guys get the idea. But India Walton now in Buffalo, she won the primary. Everyone was really excited. One of the most exciting elections of last year, until come general election day. I should look up the name of her opponent, the one that lost the primary. Let me just look up mayor of Buffalo. Byron Brown. Ah, it's another Brown. Chantel Brown, Byron Brown. Yeah, Byron Brown's been the mayor of Buffalo since 2005. Was running for re-election, and India Walton beat him in the primary. Now, Byron Brown lost, but he wasn't none too happy about it. He was none too happy about it, I should say. And Byron Brown did something that nobody expected. You don't see this too often ever, and I wish I saw more people talking about this. Because when it happened, I was trying to look up stories about it, and there's actually so little coverage of this outcome, and, you know, it was a surprise. But Byron Brown, I almost said Byron Walton, Byron Brown won the general election through a write-in campaign. That's something that normally doesn't happen. But it proves something, you know. It proves what's actually possible, in a horrible way in this case, in a sad way. You know, a corporate Democrat who decided, you know what, you beat me in the Democratic primary, fine. You know, gloves are off. I'm not even, because that's the thing, all these people, they're not really Democrats. They're not really Republicans. Those are just words that we think somehow can encapsulate somebody. And it can't, because if that were true, if this guy was actually a Democrat, he would have conceded and let India Walton win. However, he couldn't. He didn't concede because he's too conceited. And this is the thing, it wasn't covered. Nobody knew, nobody thought he was doing that. It just, on election day, was like, write-in is whoever's actually got the most votes now. And it's super unfortunate because there's, you know, probably so much, there's a drop-off in the general election in places like New York and Buffalo because the primary really is the election. So Byron took advantage of it. And probably, that's the thing, I don't know. But instead of launching a write-in campaign, you know, 2 weeks before the election like Kanye West did, and having zero chance of getting any traction, in this local election, Byron probably, like, the night of, you know, losing the primary, or within that week, he just probably decided, and right then went to work on going around and campaigning on a write-in campaign. And that's a campaign where you actually have to be on the ground. You actually have to do it. You actually have to campaign. And the resources that Byron Brown had probably was, you know, greater than most. Certainly greater than I. Or is it? We all actually do have the same power, is the thing. We're all just people. All the people there who hold the levers of power that we decide they get to. The people have decided that that's how power is tangibly given. But it's we, the people. The people. And, like, I'm not just trying to, like, re-convey some, like, yeah, we're the people, you know, but I mean it literally. Every person there is no better or worse than you. They're just a person. If they got there through fortune, then they're very fortunate. And in fact, everyone who got there is very fortunate. For if I were to get there, I would be a very fortunate human being. And sometimes fortune can itself be a corrupter of things. It can be hard for people to remember what it was like when they didn't have fortune and think that they deserve it and think that others don't. Others don't deserve the same luxuries and amenities and privileges, freedoms, powers. Like the power to just go to a doctor because you should be able to go to a doctor. That's a power that we as people don't get to hold in our hands. If you're rich, though, it's not a problem. If you're in a position of higher institutional power or come from wealth, it's not a problem at all. It's not any of those people's fault. Individually, it's not a problem for them. It's been this way since before all the people that are elected now were born. Kind of. The financial sector, not so much, but on healthcare, the answer is yes there. So all these people, you know, most of them believe it. They believe in the corruption, even though they don't see... and there's another sentence that just kind of like trails off. See, it's hard to find points to make because I can't really, I have to keep going. There isn't really many places to stop. Stop, Stop it. Let's see. This is May. It's May 2nd. It's May 2nd. It's already May. Well, so yeah. India Walton lost to a write-in campaign and was snubbed. So I fear that even if Nina wins this, who knows how they'll find a way to snub Nina, as they found a way to snub Bernie. The biggest snubbers, as they found a way to snub Henry Wallace. Isn't that something? Just the air. I really hope that Nina pulls through tomorrow, regardless of if she's canned in the general. I don't think that that's necessarily certain at all. In fact, everything is uncertain. Everything is uncertain. That's the only certainty, unfortunately. That which is certain is that which we make happen. Nothing can happen on its own. So, this write-in campaign, which is now established as that, I announced that last stream, that this is now shifting, this is a write-in campaign. And it's not because we're out of time to get on the ballot. We actually have time. But to get on the ballot, the focus, there's such a strategy, it's the Democratic strategy, the Republican strategy. The Southern strategy is Nixon, talked about. There's this strategy that you are expected to follow, kind of. And in it has its own pullbacks and drawbacks and gives and takes and trade-offs. And as thinking about this a lot and how I actually right now, the focus just needs to be on exposure on all bases, like right now and to the end of this campaign. That's the only way we can do it, actually. I think write-in is actually the best chance. I think it's a good chance. If some things were different, maybe it wouldn't be the best option. But we have to approach our situations as they present themselves to us. Like Byron Brown did. And Chantel Brown. The Browns. I should have titled this stream The Browns or something. The Cleveland Browns. Oh my god. That's such a good... Cleveland! Bro, do you think that's the only reason Chantel Brown won is because her last name is Brown and she's from Cleveland? Oh my god. Byron Brown, Chantel Brown, and the election tomorrow is in Cleveland. Why didn't I title it Cleveland Browns? Oh, alas. Such a missed opportunity. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, I missed a comment on Facebook here. Yeah, the Ligma law, honestly, it's a little double-sided, Like on one side, you have I don't know where to go with this. Ligma. What could it actually stand for? Let's think of something. Instead of Ligma law. What if we let's turn Ligma into into an actual act. Yeah, literally, the A is act. You can do act. Okay, LIGM. The to think about this. Anyone got suggestions? Anybody got a suggestion for what if we had a law? This is coming from a comment, by the way. So sorry if it kind of comes out of nowhere, but we must respond. We must engage. Ligma. You ever heard of that law? It's a really interesting one. Let's see if we can come up with a name for it. So the A is act. Ligma. So ligma. The M. LIGM act. What would it be? I have to pick like a topic that it would be like, like a genuine. So that'd be so funny if we actually had a law that was like focused on like doing something good, but it was called Ligma. That'd be great. So let's think of it. The life integral geographic motorized act. That's Ligma. It involves turning all the human citizens into motorcycles. Human motorcycle. It's the law that the dirty damn liberals are trying to get through, so that people who identify as motorcycles can actually just be a motorcycle. That's why we gotta stop them, That's why we gotta stop these damn Democrats. It's because of this Ligma Act, this life integrated geothermal motorized act. Wow, what a terrible bit this is that I've mustered. That I've mustered up, that I've ketchuped up. I wish I had my keyboard. It will hopefully be back this Friday. Hopefully. I might be able to. There's something I'm doing in Detroit. It's an appointment, actually, on one of the days in this week. And I might be able to swing by the studio that this keyboard was dropped off at and bring it back. Possibly this Friday. That'd be great. And then I could shower y'all in some melodic garbage. Alright, this stream has totally like fizzled out, like worse than any other stream probably, but I don't, it's alright. We're doing it to do it. And I will soon. So we might get a new version of this poster up soon. And I gotta actually have another version of the logo that'll be on like the profile thing. That'll be switched soon. What else is there? I guess we could talk about, for the last 5 minutes, we could talk about Elon Musk owning Twitter. Because I have not talked about that. I could just give that like a bit of you know, something. Yeah. So Elon Tusk bought Mitter, and I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm not this campaign. I don't know why I'm saying that. I just swapped consonants for fun, but I didn't say it, you know, like it was different. I don't know why Elon Musk bought Twitter. I don't know why. Yeah. What am I saying? I know why he bought Twitter. Because why not? Why not, when you're the richest man in the world, buy the biggest platform, you know, of people talking to each other, and specifically, you know, is like the elite media platform. Like, you know, there's more than just people on the than elites on Twitter for sure, but that's the only one that they care about at this moment, really. You know, Facebook is hated by, you know, a lot of these big techs are not. Twitter has been the place where it's been like, you know, that's the thing. All those people are like, oh my god, Elon Musk is gonna make it free speech place, not as much censorship. And like, is he though? Like, that'd be kind of great. And it'd be great if we could have an actual process for someone to be deplatformed, you know, and not just have it be like, oh, bye. Like, the overlord, Twitter, Jack, or whoever, you know, Elon, can just decide who's gone based on what I think. But that's the thing. It's not even, he turned it from a public company into a private company. You know, I don't know. Elon's weird, man. Elon is so many things about him that don't make him that different, like materially, than a lot of other oligarchs in our American oligarchy. But he is like different. He is different. Like, he actually has a public persona and is uncensored. He actually doesn't care about what the establishment minds think of what he says or does. He does whatever he wants, even if what that happens to be is business-wise kind of dumb stuff. But that's my opinion. You know, some people adore him. I don't know. It's a mixed bag, him getting Twitter. We'll have to see. It's like, I don't know, my dad was like, you know, trying to ask me about it. Like, well, you know, like, what's like, well, is Musk like, is he like a guy on the right or the left? And I'm like, oh, it's like, it's so unfortunate that the only framework we have to like look at people is like, oh, are they like right leaning, left leaning? It's like, you can't really describe Elon Musk in something that way. And it's a lot. It's not just Elon Musk. It's everybody. Is the truth. It's not unique to Elon Musk that is hard to categorize. Like, he's you know, so many people, like, you know, it's the thing. I hate even just people on the right, left. He has like, you know, this new kind of young wave of like, you know, rightness, new conservatism, which is, it's kind of going this whole Bitcoin direction, you know, technology. Like, Elon Musk is, you know, a hero. But he's not like, you know, like the reason that people on the left don't like him are, it's muddled, because the people in the higher ups of, you know, the establishment, they just don't like Elon because he's uncensored. They don't actually not like him for any of his business choices, for any of his, you know, he's literally just the guy who was the co-founder of PayPal, right? Nobody even really talk about that much, but I'm pretty sure that's where he got to start. He happened to be one of the guys who founded a giant, you know, paying service like PayPal, one that we've all used. I've used PayPal, you know. It's a giant thing. And that makes Tesla, you know, electric cars, like, electric cars. Technically, that's the thing. Green Edge, suddenly he's like the green thing. He's like the one, you know, electric cars, like Tesla. That's the only, he's trying to get us to have self-driving cars versus just public transportation. Like, please, can we just get some actual public fast transportation like every other developed country does? Like, please. We don't need more, you know, separation of consumers. And you know, like, Elon's a whole host of mostly kind of in my opinion, he doesn't have that many great ideas. He just owns people who have ideas. You know, that's what most people do. That's not unique to him. Yeah, and now he owns Twitter. And now he owns space shit, car shit, and Twitter shit, and flamethrowers. You know, and he's not the only one who has his hand in a bunch of different economies that don't really have anything to do with each other. Only that the richest are the ones that control the levers without any checks, really. All right. Maybe next time we'll go into more about that. But it's 6 o'clock. Hope you all have had a good Monday. Tally ho. And good luck, Nina, please. Hello, somebody. Nina. We love you.